¿qué tal? Y bienvenidos to Frontwave Arena, the brand new arena here in Oceanside, California, the home of the San Diego Strykers. My name is Tony Sanchez, alongside former San Diego Strykers player and great Brian Farber. We're going to go ahead and have the playoffs here for the Ron Newman Cup in 2 weeks' time. For right now, the San Diego Strykers and Strykers are wrapping up their season series with back-to-back games this weekend, home and away. Both teams look to be positioned well in the playoffs, but there's still some room to move up and down in the standings, and tonight's match is crucial in finding out where everybody's going to land in the playoff table.
So San Diego sitting second pretty solid with a 5-point lead over Kansas City. They need to draw 5 more points in the next 3 games to stay in second place. However, if they win both games this weekend against Empire, they can put some pressure on Chihuahua for that first place spot. Chihuahua has 2 matchups next weekend on the road in Harrisburg, so anything could happen there. Empire have a different story. They could finish anywhere between 4th and 9th. They could be eliminated from the playoffs if they get no points. They need 1 point to secure that spot. I don't see that happening, but I don't see them missing out on the playoffs. But I think tonight's matchup is going to be fun, setting the pace for tomorrow's game as well. Big game for both teams. There's a lot riding on it, so I'm expecting some big effort from both sides, which could lead into a big player needing to step up tonight.
Absolutely, and a big game requires big names, none bigger than Captain Craig Childs. Craig scored his 500th career game goal in a road stint here. He also is 1 goal away from his 15th season with 20-plus goals. Also 3 goals away from the number 300 in the MASL. With Tavoy Morgan out with the suspension this game, that means that they're going to rely on Craig Childs' experience to light up this offense. On the other side, for the visiting side, Empire Strykers count with Justin Stinson. He is currently having 23 goals to his name this season, and if you want to go ahead and stop the Empire Strykers attack, you're going to go ahead and have to stop the stinger, Justin Stinson. He's a lethal shot from anywhere inside and outside of the box. Es un festival de fútbol aquí in Frontwave Arena. We're going to go ahead and take a quick pause and hear from our reporter, Melissa May, for a pre-match hit about some injuries and what's coming up. Here in Frontwave Arena, this is the Strykers and the San Diego Strykers on MASL TV.
Indoor soccer fans, it's time to unleash a giant leap for fandom. Introducing MASL Indoor Soccer Fantasy Football. Build your dream team, invite your friends, and create your own draft league, all for free. Draft and trade players and win bragging rights as your team dominates the league. With MASLI Football, you're not just a fan, you're part of the action. Go to MASLI Football to sign up, get started, and play.
All right, Frontwave, we're going to get this match underway. The SoCal I-15
on MASL TV. My name is Tony Sanchez alongside San Diego Strykers great Brian Farber. we're going to go ahead and toss it down to our reporter, Melissa May, for her pre-match report.
The Strykers have to play tonight's match without their leading scorer, Toboy Morgan. Morgan currently has 26 goals and 7 assists on the season. He is serving a mandatory 1-game suspension after being issued a red card in the 4th quarter of the club's last game against the Chihuahua Savage. He is eligible for tomorrow's game, also against the Empire Strykers at their home field up at Toyota Arena. Another notable scratch from tonight's game is veteran goalkeeper Boris Pardo. He's still recovering from that lower body injury he suffered during the club's game against Kansas City earlier this month. It is Pardo's birthday tonight, so he will be celebrating and cheering on his teammates from the sideline. Head coach Phil Salvaggio has decided to bring in some reinforcements for his goalkeepers as they head into the playoffs. So Danny Waltman has officially been signed as a San Diego Soccer. He will be backing up Xavier Snare-Williams tonight. I talked to Waltman before tonight's game, and he honestly wasn't expecting the phone call, but is very excited to join this amazing team. The team is also welcoming back Luis Morales. He's missed the last 5 matches as he welcomed a beautiful baby girl to his family. Tony Farber, back to you.
Thank you so much, Melissa. And we heard it right there, some injury updates and a new signing in Danny Waltman, a classic name here in MASL. Here, Brian, I mean, you had a quick chat with him. What does that mean for him to come back as we have kickoff here? We have Empire Strykers in the white and black lettering and the San Diego Sockers with the blue moving left to right, and Drew Ruggles looking for some offense here.
On the Waltman signing, yeah, I got a chance to catch up with him, and he was kind of as surprised as anybody to get that phone call. But he's excited, and he's trying to get himself ready to go as quickly as he can.
Absolutely, and tonight we do have X-Man Xavier Snare-Williams. As you see, a marauding goalkeeper here for Empire Strykers, and they look to be the first team to get some offense in front of the hometown kid, Xavier Snare-Williams. For the Empire Strykers that are moving from right to left, you're going to go ahead and have a starting lineup of goalkeeper number 1, Brian Orozco, 51, Palmer Roberto, Watson Bryce in the 77, a brand new signing for the Empire Strykers. In the midfield, number 10, El Talisman, Justin, the Stinger Stinson. Number 20, you have Perez, Alan, and you also have the Moroccan kid, a wonder player here coming in for Strykers, Alami Munir. We welcome everybody who is watching on YouTube for MASL TV, as this is one of the 3 final matches in the regular season for Empire Strykers and the San Diego Sockers, who will see each other tomorrow. Quite a couple of noticeable absences on both sides. We mentioned Xavier in net, no Boris Pardo. But that does also mean that gives an opportunity for X to get some good playing time moving into playoffs and get Pardo some rest. As we see the Strykers gaining possession once again, something that they are very familiar with. Now trying to find all the way from the back, Orozco to the hands of Snare-Williams. A couple of players that are very familiar with each other there. Charlie Gonzalez once played in the team formerly known as Ontario Fury, now the Empire Strykers. He was the all-time leading scorer for the Ontario Fury there in the number 21. And we'll see what this new style of play that head coach for Strykers, Senor Oasi, has been having. It's very interesting, Brian. We were talking pre-match as far as what this means, and you can see Orozco already finding himself in that heat map along the walls, along the boards, very close to the Sockers bench. Very unique style of play.
Yeah, they try to get their goalkeeper forward, get that extra man. They need to be very patient when they have the ball. And some people don't really love it, but it's been working for them. I think they've won 5 out of the last 6 games, and they have a lot of momentum right now. So it's been hard for other teams to stop and figure it out.
Espinosa there looking dangerous in front of Xavier Snare-Williams, the fan club white box, as this ball is going to travel outside. It's going to be back for the San Diego Sockers. Well, if you're in the need for some compression, just like some good defense there. Green Drop. Green Drop offers a better alternative than the outdated compression sleeves and socks, truly providing long-lasting relief at an affordable price. Green Drop recovery products are uniquely suited to help our athletes battle aching joints and muscles. Learn more or try it by yourself by visiting greendropcompression.com. And here, once again, this ball does not travel outside. Strykers asking for an extra man on the field as Childs looks for a ball inside, and he goes to ground asking for a foul. Nothing given there. Now a shot from one of the newest members of the San Diego Strykers, Quintana. Big defender in the back. It's an imposing figure. This is called Fútbol Rápido in Spanish here on Hispanic Heritage Night. Good outing by the fan base. 400 people in the Parade of Champions and really good turnout. But it's called Fútbol Rápido, but the style that Empire has been able to have is a little bit more patient, really possession-based and waiting for the exact moment to find a space and a hole in order to move forward. Here's a chance here. Empire looking to move forward. And a chance. Xavier Snare Williams does very well in standing up that shot. Just a contact, strong contact along the boards. Empire doing very well here to get some shots across and looking dangerous in the first quarter.
You can see that the Strykers are already dropping off a little bit when they know that possession is won, but you also see that based on the top guy, if that he thinks he can put pressure on the ball, he is going. So something to watch for in the next couple of minutes.
Still on the offensive side, good standing tackle there. Now moving in transition, looking for Mendez, some nifty footwork, going to ground. That's going to be a foul. Going to be a set piece for the San Diego Strykers. That's what you have. The nimble Mendez there in the number 13, Sebastian. Been very important this season. Started off a little bit shaky, then he got his footing and got in form, and now he's kind of in the middle trying to regain it. Here comes Chadley over the ball. Giles, the shot off the wall. Going to travel out for another set piece for the Strykers. Out looking for Luis Morales, another player added to the San Diego Strykers preseason. Came in a package deal almost with Mendez from formerly Mesquite, now the Outlaws, just Texas Outlaws. Been very important. Congratulations. He had an absence, but it was due to welcoming the birth of a baby girl. So congratulations, Luisito.
I guess if there's an excuse to miss some games.
Has to be one. Now Drew Ruggles gaining the ball now. And, you know, you were down there, Brian. You've played in the league for a good amount of time, and this is the brand new turf, the blue turf. And is there anything specifically that you notice about this new iteration, this brand new blue?
Well, the turf is really soft. I think it's the one thing we used to complain about, having not a lot of padding. So the soft, I guess, feel underneath you is nice, but at the same time, the turf plays a little bit slower than some of the traditional shorter turfs. I think the ball that came off the boards earlier for Craig actually was hard to read because of the way that it bounced. And so I think the players are still getting acclimated to it, but you know, it's still yet to be a home field advantage for us since we played very few games on it.
Yeah, and actually speaking with goalkeeper Boris Part a couple of games ago, he said that, yeah, it's going to take at least 2 or 3 years to really break in this turf and have it exactly how you'd want it to be, but it does look nice. And this is where the MASL playoffs for the Ron Newman Cup will happen April 4th, 5th, and 6th. Get your tickets now at frontwavearena.com. Cesar Cerda. There's a traffic jam in substitution, and Here comes the Strykers. Back to the hands of Xavier. Now another important player, Ben Raymond, coming in this season. Led the team in blocks early in the season and has been incredibly important. Still looking for his first goal. As he goes to ground, still manages to get the pass off.
Yeah, Ben was a big pickup. I think the way that it kind of unfolded was kind of funny too, because he was planning on moving to San Diego regardless of the Sockers picking him up or not. But it was a no-brainer to pick up a talent like that.
Ha ha ha, Luisito Morales. You see that futsal influence. Can get out of a tricky situation with that nifty, nimble footwork. Keep an eye on numero 80, el mexicano Luis Morales. That's going to be a foul here. It's going to be a good spot for the set piece specialists to come in for San Diego. Immediately taken. Trying to go around the player and through the player. And then Alami Munir gets fouled there. Next. Still looking for the first media timeout here in the first quarter. Cárdenas getting the ball in front of Xavier's waiting hands. And here come the Sockers looking to counterattack the 3v1. Offloaded, here comes Mendez. Off to the side! Goal! Charlie Gonzalez with a tap in with a fantastic counterattacking move. Just tapping it in enough for a goal. That's your first San Diego Sockers goal. And we'll go ahead and go into break here because this is how we start on Hispanic Heritage Night at Frontwave Arena. The San Diego Sockers 1, Empire Strikers 0. The Sockers are up on the board 1-0 after a Charlie Gonzalez goal. We'll give you another look at that. It's a fantastic effort here. Brian, you were talking about it.
Yeah, the run from Christian to penetrate, attack the defense, get that overlapping run was what was crucial there. Find that extra pass, make him pay.
And that seems to be the kryptonite for this style of play. You saw Orozco tracking back and really a no man's land at that point. It's only a matter of time before the Sockers can really just figure out, be patient, and put numbers up front. They can keep doing that and not allow offense for the Empire Strikers. Then it's going to be a recipe for success for San Diego.
Yeah, it's also super important with the style of play that Obasi has these guys going with. You need to have a lead later in the game because they have to come at you. Make them come at you. They force bad decisions or they have to get more aggressive, and you can make them pay.
And here comes the Strykers trying to get back, and here comes a shot, point blank. Both go to the opposite sides of Xavier's post, and here's Keiko Gontan, the Spaniard, now trying to break away, in a good sliding effort here, sliding tackle there by new signing Bryce Watson. This is gonna be a 3 lines infraction. It's gonna set up another set piece.
I will say one thing about Charlie is, hold on,
Charlie Ruggles.
is when Charlie gets an early goal, typically he finds a second goal. He feeds off of the momentum from his impact early in the game. That's what I love about Charlie. So let's see, keep an eye on him. He might have a night tonight.
He's been very important for the Strykers this season, leading the team in points, goals and assists as well, just making sure that he is coming back after a bounce-back season that he desperately needed. He's been very crucial in moments where the rest of the Strykers team needed that help. Chadley has been able to maintain that consistency. And now Orozco and the Strykers finding themselves in trouble, figuring out the spacing here. That's going to be a foul. Empire restarting quickly.
Let's make some noise for our Strykers, Frontwave.
Orozco. Back to Palmer. Triangulating, looking for those spaces. X gets a hand on that one. Resetting his defense. As Strykers once again resets. Martinez just trying to keep that ball on the ground, but now going airborne, looking for Espinosa, Leonardo Espinosa. Opportunity here for a shot off the boards. Regaining his own rebound there, doing well, Tony de la Torre. And as the Strykers saw this exact style of play not too long ago, finally get some more minutes in live play, and now Strykers putting numbers forward, but again, resetting back to the exact same spot where they like to start. Here comes Justin Simpson. We've talked about him in the pre-match. He's a dangerous player. Looking for a give and go. Un tunelcito, a little bit of a nutmeg there. And Orozco, because he's so far out, he's gonna go ahead and get to that ball and crush any sort of counterattack. Diaz back to Palmer. Here's Polo Hernandez to Stinson. Took me a hard second to look and find the goalkeeper for Empire.
He's all the way up over the yellow line.
Yeah, now stepping into the final third for the Strykers. One thing I will say about the style of play is that it doesn't yield the amount of goals that you would think by having an empty net for the most of the matchup. Now here comes Empire with Aguirre with a shot that gets blocked. Fantastic block there, staying strong. Gutierrez. Póngale cuerpo, putting some body in it. Another player for the Strykers has been incredibly important this season so far. Typically playing more up in the midfield area as well, but now tracking back this season, getting it done everywhere. And now a chance. Orozco comes out to play that ball. He only has one touch, but The opponent was able to get on that and reset. Here comes Justin Stinson with a step over, looking to shoot through the defender. And let me tell you right now, that's not how Matter works. Can't just lace it through a defender in that way. And now here's a chance. And now it goes down and holding his leg. It was a strong foul there. Now some extracurriculars after. And you know better than anyone, Brian. Tempers flare. It's an intense game. The intensity's up. You have a packed house here. You got to defend your teammates.
Absolutely. That's what Serta's doing. He's putting himself in position between Aguirre and Leo. Regardless of if he's hurt or not, that's what you do. Your teammate's on the ground, you stand and protect him. I don't think it was really necessary to take it to that level, but, you know, no cards, no damage, I guess. But something to keep an eye on.
And if you want to keep an eye on everything MASL, check out MASLsoccer.com. It's your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. All the latest news, leaderboards, and highlights, and more. That's MASLsoccer.com. Restart here. Coming to the close of the first quarter along the boards. No foul in between two players. Ruggles. Now counterattacking opportunity for the last couple seconds. Good cut off there by Leonardo. Here comes El Brasileiro. Being patient as well, looking for some teammates, tracking back. Morales with the shot. Almost getting somebody in the middle of the box to rebound that. Resetting it back to Xavier, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter of action. It is 1-0 here at Frontwave Arena. The San Diego Sockers are up against the Empire Strykers in a back-to-back weekend. San Diego leads 1-0. We'll be back with the second quarter.
Across the nation, MASL players are giving back, utilizing their professional power to touch and inspire people in their local communities nationwide. Free soccer clinics, where kids can meet their heroes and learn new skills. After-school programs and special events. And surprise visits to the classroom. Visiting brave kids in the hospital, bringing joy and hope. Supporting special needs care, partnering with local businesses, and so much more. MASL, passion on the field, purpose off the field, committed to community.
Y de regreso aquí en
Get on your
Oceanside,
feet, make some
California,
noise.
Hispanic Heritage Night.
These boys
Got
are going to
some
toss it as far as
luchadors,
they can
la
to the
lucha libre,
section,
la gente está
making the most
viviendo.
ruckus.
Absolutely loving it.
Want to give a big
And
shout out
we're
to
gonna
our
go ahead
partners at
and get
Junkyard
into
Sports
a
Bar and
little bit
Grill,
about
just
the
down the
Strykers
way.
this season,
Make sure you head there after the
they've been
game for
having
some
an impressive
delicious
season
drinks,
here
food,
with former
and to
San Diego
celebrate
soccer great
our
Brian
Sockers
Barber. You're
victory.
still great, even if you're not on the San Diego Sockers. Absolutely. The San Diego Sockers come in with a record of 17-4, 48 points in second place. Their leading scorer, Tavoy Morgan, with 26 goals, 7 assists, 33 points. Currently
Let's give one more big round of applause to our Lucha
Chihuahua last week.
Libres.
And that tonight, Xavier Snare Williams, 10 games, his 5th start. He's 6-1 with a goals allowed average of 4.59 and a save percentage of 740. Been doing pretty well in a goal differential of 24 points. When talking about the Empire Strykers, however, their record is 11-9-1, much better than seasons in past. 33 points, 6th place. And we're going to go ahead and get this kickoff started as well. Their leading scorer, Marquito Fabián, leyenda mexicana, no está. But it's okay because this is a system that they are running. In net, they have Brandon Gomez and Brian Orozco. They will go ahead and offset between quarters as well. Here comes Strykers once again looking for that offensive view that they were looking for in all the first quarter. They were knocking at that door, but eventually Sockers were able to stop that attack. Here comes Stinson with the left-footed shot. Goal! Goal! That's the stinger. Justin Stinson. It's a fantastic left-footed shot. You give him some space, he's gonna go ahead and uncork one up into the upper left angle of the net. Great shot there by our friends, the Imota crew. That's why he's so lethal, Brian. He's just give him a little bit of space and he's gonna find the top of the net.
Yeah, that's why he has a lot of goals this season, because he capitalizes on situations like that. And he can finish.
And the Strykers starting off very well, tying this up. Wanting to take the first lead of the game for them. Looks like Ben Raymond had been asking for a foul before that lead up, but no foul given. Play on. Diaz and Aguirre link up in the defense. Trying to trap the ball, number 9, Espinosa. It's gonna be a foul called on Polo Hernandez. Cerda. Looking for Craig Childs in the corner. Craig Childs looking for the middle. Looking for the Spaniard. Some nifty footwork, finding his best friend, the wall. Must be a revelation to know that you have a best friend in a wall coming out of the outdoor game. Essentially duplicating yourself. Here comes the chance. Once again, Gako Gontan with his right hand, with his right foot, looking for a shot off the wall. Maybe get a wall of score attempt. Charlie with a great vision there, but even better cut off slide right there. Drew Ruggles. Charlie. Gonna track back, and this is gonna be a strong foul. It's number 77, Bryce Watson, getting called on that foul on Cerda. Gonzalez finds the space. Ball seems to take forever to get there. Now ball all the way back to X. El X-Man empieza con Charlie Gonzalez. Bond, big frame Bond. Couple of big frames there, linking up between Craig and Walter Taylor Bond. Here comes another one in Drew Ruggles. Childs for Ruggles. Good anticipation there. Mitchell.
You can see Sebastian wants it. He wants to go forward. This is kind of his thing right here.
You see that cutting in and out. Sebastian always fighting to the end.
Well done.
And still with the ball.
It's great when Sebastian's on the field and Morales is down low. They have such a good connection that you can see that when he's going forward, he's looking. He's not just looking to shoot. He's looking to find his homie in the back post and finish it off.
They are friends indeed. A good dummy attempt here by Leonardo de Oliveira. Always springing into action, the goalkeepers for Empire Strykers. A good attempt for a through ball here by the Brazilian Leo. Leo going to ground, no foul called. Back to Ruggles. Referees letting both teams play. Morales con una ruleta. Here comes Leo. Leonardo, the shot. Once again, Strykers are looking for it. Strykers are being patient with the ball, passing it, maintaining possession, being smart about how they go about it. Here comes Morales for another shot. He's getting double team on the wall, along the boards.
Coach.
Ruggles moving forward. Gives a shot from the left footer. Cerda getting pulled from the jersey, not minding it, still with the ball. And now another shot by Craig Childs to switch sides. Ruggles in the middle. No space to turn.
That was a great ball from Drew that could have gone through to Craig.
Here comes a shot by Craig. Ruggles gets in the way. Nothing to do there, but the Strykers putting numbers up front, putting that pressure, applying the pressure. Leo conducting traffic without the ball. Now he gets it. Oliveira. Oliveira with the bomb. Like to see these veteran soccer players being able to come on. Leo, Cerda combining, Childs. Comes Leo once again. Leonardo. And now a chance. Opening up space through the middle. Trying to offload it. Here comes a shot. Oh, so close. Hitting the post. Craig Childs just gives a smile knowing that should have snuck in. Chadley. Chadley looking down low and looking for that flick. Such a special player to watch. And this is going to be a timeout as we go into break with a tie game, 1-1, here in Frontwave Arena. We'll be back with more MASL action after this.
Please 6 miles, runway 6 right, clear to land.
Hola, ¿qué tal, amigos? Bienvenidos de regreso aquí a Frontwave Arena alongside Brian Farber. You were also talking, we'll see a little bit in halftime with Craig Childs, El Capi de Capitanes. Craig Childs, a 16-year soccer career, all-time leading scorer, 500 goals, 237 assists between the PASL and MASL, the three-time PASL MVP, career high 56 goals in 2012 and 2013 season, as well as 297 career MASL goals, as this is going to be called a foul in favor of Empire Strykers, and it does seem like there is going to be a little bit extra tacked on. Delay a game on the Sockers. Well, it seems like Father Time has delayed his aging of Craig Childs because he's still out there doing his thing. I mean, you know him better than anybody.
Listen, nobody can score goals like Craig Childs. If he gets the chance, he's going to bury it.
Empire looking to get that chance and buried it as well. This ball hits the Frontwave arena marker up top, and then this ball travels out. It's going to be San Diego Sockers restarting. Number 51, Robert Palmer, with that clearance there. Currently 6 shots and 6 shots on goal by the Empire Strikers to San Diego Sockers 9-9 on target. Sockers have been much more offensive after Empire's tied early in the second quarter, asking for a handball here. Let it go, and this is going to be called a foul. And let me tell you, Luisito Morales, one of the most physical players that you're ever going to see, just trying to bulldoze his way through the defense. And it's either one of two things. It's either he goes through or he gets fouled.
That's true. Here you go, Craig.
Craig looking to open his account. 3 goals away from 300 in the MASL. Let me tell you, he does keep track. So he knows how close he is. But so far, Empire looking to take the first lead of this game with 8:10 left in the second quarter. Luisito Morales. Charlie on an island, looking for some backup. Gets in the former Ruggles, finds Sebastian across, cambio de juego. Cerda. Moving off the ball, Charlie. Looking to take a shot. And then Ruggles, a little too easy, and then Ruggles gets taken down. It's a little bit of a upper body movement in defense. You typically can't do that. Wrong football.
Well, not only that, he's got it on his left foot, and he's about to take a shot. Like, come on.
We're arguing this is a clear goal-scoring opportunity. Maybe a little bit more tacked on there. As we have a restart. Ruggles getting it back on the left foot, offloading over to the right side. Now tracking back and regaining possession by the Sockers. They've had majority of the ball in the second quarter. Haven't been able to score so far. Cerda looking for that wall pass. Cerda se lleva uno. Opening it up almost for Childs once again. Here comes Charlie Gonzalez con otro golazo. For a reason. That is Charlie Golazo. Charlie Gonzalez with the second goal of the game. The beautiful shot. Oh my goodness. Just on a poster right there.
So what I said earlier is coming true. Charlie gets one. He starts to heat up. He starts to feel it. He take over. That was a great finish. Got the defender to go down. Took an extra touch. Keeper was stuck in no man's land. It was a great finish. Actually, the keeper probably wasn't even in no man's land. It was just a good finish.
Nothing to do there. We'll keep it here. But also make sure that this is maybe part of MASL Monday. You can catch MASL Monday every Monday night on MASL TV and on CBS Sports Golazo Network. Alex Bastivansky and Phil Levanko are joined each week by special guests from across the league to recap the weekend's games and discuss the league's hot topics. That's MASL Monday. Check it out. Yeah, Charlie Gonzalez, just one of those players, like you said, it's, I don't want to say streaky, but it's just the consistency aspect. He just works that muscle of scoring.
I think he likes to get assists, I think, more than goals, to be fair, which is funny because he's great at scoring goals. But when he scores a goal, I think it's like a reminder, like, oh, yeah, like that feels pretty good too. So I guess I should just do a couple more of those. I don't think he cares as long as he's helping the team win. That's why he's the all-time leading goal scorer, I think leading points from the Ontario Fury days. And that's why he's so important to the San Diego Strykers.
And the Strykers have been relying on him because it has been a rather revolving door of offense. In the beginning of the season, Morales came out guns a-blazing. Then you had Tavoy stepping up as well. Those two haven't really got on the same page on a given day, on a given match. But if they do, it's going to be dangerous. But then you got Sebastian Mendez, who heats up as well. Charlie Gonzalez throughout has been the metronome of this team, just keeping it consistent, keeping it constant. So that's fantastic to see, especially leading into the form that he has going into playoffs. 2 weeks from now, the Ron Newman Cup playoffs start here at Frontwave Arena, April 4th, 5th, and 6th. Make sure you get your tickets at frontwavearena.com. It's going to be 8 teams in sunny San Diego. That is here as they square off April 4th through 6th. Reserve your seat now. Oi. It's going to be a fun, fun time. It's going to be called a foul there. Michan says, no, no es cierto. I don't believe you. But Leonardo Espinosa went to ground. Referee says yes and says, hey, let's take a little bit of time here. Let the ball reset. Bolo. Hernandez, a good through ball. Now a chance here and a good block there. Reflex save by Xavier, not done yet. That's gonna go in for a goal. Goal. Brace for brace, back to back. Justin Stinson finds another goal that ends in the Strykers' net with a shot from outside the box. 2-2. Hay juego, señores. There is a good game brewing here at Frontwave Arena. It's those tricky rebounds. Got to be ready to defend those immediately as soon as it hits the wall. Make sure you don't have the back to you. And fortunately for Stinson there, had a clear pathway.
Yeah, I think if anything, though, I think Phil would be more upset about how the ball got down low and how we let him find that pass.
The Strykers want to respond. Here comes Leonardo Oliveira, o Brasileiro. One of the Brazilians for the San Diego Strykers. We're talking about notable absences. Gabriel Costa, scratch for this game. And now we'll see if Ontario goes back to that patient possession of the ball. Diaz. All the way back. Hands outstretched. From Brian Orozco, number 1. It almost serves as a distraction because you have to give him the respect to cover the goalkeeper wherever he may be, even if he goes into the middle.
He's making a run through the middle as you're speaking. It's impressive that they have so much confidence on the ball and patience when keeping possession, even though they're all the way back behind their yellow line. Strykers are pressing. They're not panicked.
This does take an incredible amount of fitness to be able to make it successful. Here's a chance that you see Orozco now in possession. Yes, that is gloves, and getting fouled and earning a free kick for Empire. As once again, got some shoving in the corner there. I mean, if a goalkeeper does go to ground, usually there is a little bit more animation, but I mean, if the goalkeeper is in that area, he kind of walked into it.
Yeah, he's a field player at that point, so you don't get the extra protection. I just think he added a little bit extra to it on his way down. It's hard to see from this angle, so I can't really say. He's saying there's a punch thrown, so he threw the challenge flag. He asked Obasi to throw the red flag. He did, so we will see a challenge.
That is correct, and Onua Obasi, head coach, who has this unique style of play, revolutionizing the way you have to defend, you have to attack, the way to look at the indoor soccer game. He's thrown the red challenge flag.
I'm excited to see this challenge because I know Christian doesn't throw punches. One, he keeps his cool, and I don't know Orozco, but feels to me like he went a little bit more aggressive on the way to the ground. So looking at this, and he's the one who asked for the challenge flag, so we'll see. I could be 100% wrong, but we'll see.
It's going to go to MASL video review. And they are challenging just misconduct on the play. Our fantastic, fabulous Emota crew.
What will misconduct get him other than the foul on the spot? 2 minutes?
Yeah, or anything that does yield a positive, it's something positive for Empires. We'll see the replay here. They do get that challenge back, and you're not going to see much there. Oh, it is a squabble. There is some shoving on both ends as well. So Randy Martinez getting involved immediately to the defense of Orozco. Hard to tell.
He's holding his leg and then rolling over. Christian rolls on top.
Yeah, a little bit of jiu-jitsu here.
I don't see any punches thrown. See a little extra holding and some defensiveness, so not a lot there.
Each coach gets one challenge per game. A successful challenge returns the challenge to the coach to be utilized for a second and final time. We'll see the second angle, a little bit more overhead, and you see again, just no man's land, clear foul there, going to ground.
Oh, that's definitely not a punch thrown.
That's what Orozco was appealing, asking for some sort of punch. But again, where does misconduct fall within that rule book?
That's what I'm saying. If you say, hey, a punch was thrown, challenge it, sure. But I don't see anything.
We'll leave it to the officials to have that final say as they are looking very closely. This is going to be officiating crew of Kelsey Harms, senior referee Austin Saini, Ramiro Delgado, assistant referee, fourth official Dennis Vargas, and off-field official Logan Bryan. It's the officiating crew tonight, as this is going to be the best angle that you're going to get for any potential appeal for some sort of punch, some sort of over-the-top action.
Yeah.
There is a chance where you shoot for the moon and you land amongst the stars and you still get your challenge back, but now a little bit of debriefing by the officials.
There's also a chance that you ask your coach to throw a review and you're the actual just as guilty member of the fiasco.
All right, we have the answer right there. The challenge is unsuccessful. It is not going to be yielding anything else for Empire. They will still have the ball on a set piece in a dangerous location.
There's some sportsmanship between the two of them right there.
It's part of it. Warriors coming on to the field, some friends, some lifelong buddies, but once it's game time, that gets dropped. Here's Palmer. Now Empire once again. overloading the offense. Palmer, last man. Palmer looking for a Lamy. Lamy Munir, and this ball is gonna bounce in the box, and that is gonna end up a goal. Goal! Empire get the first lead of this game after a untidy defensive effort. The ball was just bouncing in there. Snare Williams trying to get the ball in his hands, trying to parry it out. A lot of bodies, a lot of chaos, but it does mean that Empire gets the 3-2. And that's the toughness about that moment right there. You overloaded with bodies, really can't predict which way this is going, but the Strykers want to predict the next goal, and this is going to be fast and furious attacking over against the boards. It's going to foul.
Some soft fouls. I can read Mitchell's face.
And this ball travels into the Cutwater Cocktail Bar. No souvenirs here. Make sure you get that ball, unless, you know, get yourself a little bit of bruise out there. But good hands by our San Diego Strykers fans as well. Ball traveling all the way, looking for some offense, and the San Diego Strykers offense has been pretty quiet since Charlie's goal. Trying to be patient and read the offense that Strykers is offering up. Here comes Cardenas.
Yes. Oh.
Would have been absolutely spectacular. First time Chilena by the Spaniard, Contan. Is that just a confidence thing when you're up there? You just know that that's your only resource?
I love those. I wish I was in that position right there.
Good header by Cerda.
He's a little unlucky for Gotan. He couldn't get his feet set before the ball came down, but you know that he wants that one back too.
Charlie Gonzalez fighting for the ball along the boards. From Cerda, controls it. Gontan, Keko. Cerda. Charlie. Cerda. Here comes Cesar. Saltillo, Coahuila, Mexico. Losing possession there. Empire not really having the numbers, resetting. That was Walter Diaz on that goal at the 11th minute in the second quarter. 3-2. Empire Strykers can be a little bit more patient on the ball, but this is a long game. You know that the indoor game can give you Festival de Goles, a festival of goals in no time. Nifty footwork there. And a shot, Xavier doing well, going to ground to his right side, but danger's not over yet.
It was a good save. That was going in the bottom corner.
It's Justin Stinson with a great move there, netting another goal and a hat trick for him before the half. Disposing of two Strykers in one move. What a turn. And again, that left-footed shot from the Stinger. This is he's in form for sure. Came into this game with 23 goals in the season to his name. It's a career high, now a new career high, 26, and seems like he's in no mood to stop. Here comes Orozco. Orozco putting his body in front of the ball, knew he wasn't gonna have the speed and burst to beat Walter Taylor Bond, just gets in front of it and waits for the foul.
With no Fabian tonight, I was thinking that the goals were going to be a little bit harder to come by. 4 goals in the first half is typically the number we try to give up in the whole game in soccer, so it's not as expected.
And this is a system that Empire has been very successful with. There's been moments where the stars aren't there, but the system that Obasi is able to bring, its next man up mentality. And the Soccer's trying to break out of the back with some offense and get this game back into control. Cárdenas tracking back. Empire being the better team to close out this quarter. Stinson. Now they're being patient. I think they'd be very happy if they go into the break with this 4-2 lead if you're Empire. But they're still trying to build on it. Diaz, back to Martinez. Looking for the hold-up man, Espinosa. Espinosa goes to ground, and that is... horn did sound. We're looking to see if the referees.
They're trying to have a free kick.
And it does seem like they're going to have one chance for a free kick before the half. And yes, that is correct. We're going to stay here for one last kick of the ball. 3 seconds left on the clock.
3 seconds. I don't know where they got that.
Palmer
Maybe.
Standing over it.
0.3 seconds.
And it did get adjusted to 0.3 seconds. So this will be a shot directly to the wall. And that is the end of the half. The San Diego Sockers starting off with a Charlie Gonzalez golazo. But Empire being able to bounce back and come back, not just holding a lead for the first time in this game, but doubling up the lead for them, 4-2 for Empire Strykers. This has been a good showing of the style that they are able to provide in Obasi's side from the Empire Strykers. No Marco Fabian, no problem it seems, because they still have one Justin Stinson, and that is a lethal player from anywhere you see it. And in a bit, we're going to go ahead and have our sideline reporter down on the floor, Melissa May. We'll be waiting to hear from head coach Phil Salvaggio as far as what adjustments need to happen for the second half. We're going to toss it down to Melissa.
Coach, back-to-back games is always a challenge. Plus, you're without forward Savoy Morgan tonight. What adjustments did you have to make to your game plan tonight?
You know, there's a lot. It's a whole different game plan when you're playing Ontario or Empire. So we just got to adjust. We got to quit making those little mistakes that we are. We let them in the game, and we give them all 4 goals.
In terms of your newly signed goalkeeper, Danny Waltman, will he be seeing some playing time in net tonight?
We'll see.
All right. Thanks, Coach. Tony and Farber, back to you.
Thank you for that, Melissa. We are going to go ahead and go on our halftime break where Brian Farber spoke with Craig Childs about his milestones. It's 4-2 here from Frontwave Arena in Oceanside. San Diego Sockers 2, Empire 4.
Indoor soccer fans, it's time to unleash a giant leap for fandom. Introducing MASL Indoor Soccer Fantasy Football. Build your dream team, invite your friends, and create your own draft league, all for free. Draft and trade players and win bragging rights as your team dominates the league. With MASLI Football, you're not just a fan, you're part of the action. Go to MASLI Football to sign up, get started, and play.
We are live here at halftime at Frontwave Arena, and I am standing next to Craig Childs, who just scored his 500th career goal in San Diego Soccer's gold and blue. And he's 3 goals away from 300 MASL goals. Craig, what do those numbers mean to you?
You know, it's hard to put into words. I've had so many great teammates and teams over the years, and you know, as a player, you just try to take it game by game and season by season, and you know, look back at it when it's all done.
Obviously, some of your favorite teammates, right? All right, so you're setting this pace. You guys are trying to come to the end of the season, building into this final 8. What do you guys need to do in the next 3 games?
You know, the back half of the season, I think a couple of the most important things to take care of is your fitness and making sure everybody's bodies are healthy and under them. You know, we got to make sure we're fine-tuning all the little details of the game and making sure we get those small elements right. And sharpening up and getting as fit as we possibly can. And we're looking forward to making a big playoff run, and those are 3 things we'll kind of focus on moving forward.
Yeah, perfect. The game in Chihuahua was tough, right? We don't need to talk about the result in the end of the day. Is there anything you guys can take away from that game?
Yeah, you know, obviously we're gonna look back through it and break it down and try to take some learning moments from the game. You know, there's a lot of variables that are uncontrollable down there, but there's some things that we can control better. You know, I don't think we had the best start to the game, and that's something we're going to focus on and making sure we're ready to hit the ground running from the first quarter of every game.
Perfect. True professional here, Craig. All right, I'm going to shift the attention a little bit. You have been part of this project since the beginning, building this Frontwave Arena. It was a dream, then it became a reality, and now you're playing in it, and you're finishing your first season. It's coming to a wrap. What do you have to say about Frontwave and just this whole new change for the Sockers?
You know, it's kind of like Chapter 3. We did Del Mar Arena, and we had a great run there, and then we had, you know, so many years at the Sports Arena with the history and had a great run there, and this is the next chapter. We're looking forward to continuing to build the legacy here. City of Oceanside and the fans have been epically supportive, and I think the next couple of games are going to be even more so, and we just want to bring a title here to Oceanside and Frontwave Arena, and that's going to be our goal.
Perfect. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it.
Across the nation, MASL players are giving back, utilizing their professional power to touch and inspire people in their local communities nationwide. Free soccer clinics, where kids can meet their heroes and learn new skills. After-school programs and special events. And surprise visits to the classroom. Visiting brave kids in the hospital, bringing joy and hope. Supporting special needs care, partnering with local businesses, and so much more. MASL, passion on the field, purpose off the field, committed to community.
Shoot! He scores!
What's going on, everybody? This is the MASL in 5. It's your chance to get caught up on everything that went down in the MASL over the past week in just 5 minutes. Let's go.
Chip it down, shot, goal. Great job. It's another assist for Nascimento. And Arroyo scores to make it 3-2.
The race for the 8th and final playoff spot is heating up. It was a must-win for St. Louis last weekend against Baltimore, and the Ambush got the job done. They handed the Blast their first defeat at home all season long, winning the contest 7-6, and it was just a reflection of their strong play recently. St. Louis has won 4 of its last 5 games. They've got to keep that hot play going if they want to overtake Tacoma for the 8th spot and keep on dancing. You know who else had a big smile on their face last weekend? The Outlaws. Once again, they managed to knock off their rivals in the Dallas Derby, beating the Sidekick 6-5 and killing their hopes of making the playoffs once and for all. Texas started slowly this season, but have finished well and are loving playing the role of spoiler. This was the marquee matchup of the weekend. First place Chihuahua against second place San Diego, but it proved to be no contest at all as the Savage pummeled them 12-2. To be fair, San Diego was missing several key players, but Corner Sport Arena continues to be a riddle the opposition just cannot solve. Kansas City managed to get back on track last weekend against the Milwaukee Wave. The Comets were on a 3-game losing streak, but they put an end to that, taking down the Wave 9-6 at Cable Dahmer Arena. The Comets solidly in 3rd place now, but Milwaukee just hasn't been playing its best recently. They are sliding at the wrong time. With the playoffs approaching, they've lost 5 of their last 7 games, falling to 7th in the standings. Let's take a look at the league table then. Chihuahua in 1st, followed closely behind by San Diego. KC in 3rd spot. We really want to focus, though, on that 8th and 9th battle there. Tacoma, St. Louis, the Ambush 2 points behind the Stars, but they do have a game in hand. They control their own destiny. So let's take a look at a couple of massive matchups this weekend with playoff ramifications. St. Louis in Texas on Saturday. The Ambush cannot afford to stumble, and Texas, as mentioned, is loving playing the role of spoiler. It'll be fascinating to watch. Tacoma will play a home-and-home with Kansas City. Friday in Washington, then Sunday back at Cable Dahmer. The Stars have won 4 of their last 6, but if they're going to make the playoffs, it'll be the hard way. 2 against KC, 1 game versus San Diego to round out their schedule. Your Green Drop players of the week: Diego Reynoso in goal for Chihuahua, then 2 Tacoma Stars. Defensively, Tyler John, and on offense, Yahir Romero. Let's start things off with Romero. Fantastic week for the Stars, who, as mentioned, cannot afford to stumble. They did not, behind his 6 points, 3 goals, and 3 assists to lead Tacoma. And his mate defensively gets the nod, Tyler John. He had 1 block, but also came through with 5 points for the Stars. And in goal, it was Reynoso getting the nod. He had 14 saves while allowing just 2 goals against San Diego. Okay, it is time now for your plays of the week.
Guerrero Pino is the one, and oh, there's a header! Oh my gosh, it's Mijatovic! Mijatovic from his defender position heads it.
On the turf, Nestor with the nutmeg shot! What a gorgeous goal! Superman is back in the building, pulls the nutmeg, goes upper left corner.
Finalmente le dan el córner al equipo salvaje.
Aquí la pelota para Roberto.
They get it up to Andorreos. Andorreos looking far post, gets it over to Ray Holloman, poked it in the middle. Ball is loose.
What a save,
and
Willie B.
Save, Willie B.
Going to move into that 8th playoff spot, but the Stars. Romero plays it off the boards to himself.
Left side for Alvarez, correction Sanchez. Sanchez tees one up, and Shazam! Alex Sanchez.
Takes up again, now Gerson does have it. He wants a long distance shot, he has the hat trick! Gordy Gerson, what a way to cap off the night! His 3rd goal.
Yeah, and just a reminder, of course, that to stay up to date with everything that's going on with the league, including great feature stories, the latest news, statistics, you can head to the MASL's official social media outlets. Thanks so much for watching. See you next week.
Indoor soccer fans, it's time to unleash a giant leap for fandom. Introducing MASL Indoor Soccer Fantasy Football. Build your dream team, invite your friends, and create your own draft league, all for free. Draft and trade players and win bragging rights as your team dominates the league. With MASLI Football, you're not just a fan, you're part of the action. Go to MASLI Football to sign up, get started, and play.
With the call from 6th grade, we don't.
Welcome back to Frontwave Arena, the home, La Casa de los San Diego Strykers, who are trailing the Empire Strykers 4-2 after being outscored by 3 goals in the 2nd quarter. My name is Tony Sanchez alongside Brian Farber. We're going to get to some highlights of what exactly happened in the first half here. San Diego Strykers start things off very well with a fantastic play off of the transition. Charlie Gonzalez just taps it in, finishing a great play, and it looked like the Strykers were gonna go ahead and take command of this, but nothing happens when Justin Stinson is on the ball on defense right there. Nothing to do. Xavier just has that go through, but then once again, Charlie Golazo with the right foot, poste gol, a great shot from outside of the box, making it 2-1. And then once again, you start to feel the momentum coming back for the Strykers, but Empire is able to come on back and create some chaos and really leave it up to Justin Stinson once again. A shot from outside the box, fortuitous right here, and boom, con la derecha, past Xavier Snare Williams. And then you get this play that's a little bit messy inside of the box. A lot of chaos, moving parts. Diaz gets on the end of that, making it 3-2. And Empire wasn't done there. They needed to make it 4-2, and you see a great maneuver there by numero 10, the talisman for Empire, Justin Stinson, with a great individual play and shot. 4-2, San Diego trails Empire Strykers. And Brian, we were talking about it in the halftime, just taking a look at this play style that Obasi is able to bring in for his team. These goals didn't necessarily come off of that play style. It seemed a little bit more out of happenstance and very opportunistic plays that are being taken by them.
Yeah, I would just say that that's kind of, you know, arena soccer. You have the ball in the right zones, and you have somebody like Stinson who can hit it with both feet, and he's going to capitalize. And he put away 3 goals in the first half and made us pay. So it's going to be an interesting second half because they have a 2-goal lead. We need to get some early. You don't like to be trailing when they play with possession style like this.
And the Sockers will have to respond as they start off from left to right. Azul y amarillo, as Leonardo Oliveira starts with the ball. Xavier Snare Williams in the back. As this ball travels back with chested play there by Cesar Cerda. Hispanic Heritage Night tonight. A great turnout by the San Diego Soccer faithful. Some lucha libre, some mariachi, ballet folklorico at halftime. It's a great time here at Frontwave Arena. Frontwave Arena is actually going to be la sede, the home of the MASL Ron Newman Cup playoffs. April 4th through 5th. Make sure to get your tickets at frontwave.com. It's frontwavearena.com. Here comes the chance to Ruggles! He pumps up the crowd. Drew Ruggles knows that the momentum has shifted after tapping it in. A good play with the inside of his foot, just passing it through after a fantastic view by El Brasileiro Leonardo Oliveira, getting it to there. And the Sockers did exactly what you asked, Brian, getting on the board immediately starting this third quarter. 4-3, San Diego still trails by 1.
Drew's been hot for the last couple of weeks too, scoring goals. Started off with a hat trick in Tacoma, and he's carried it through for a few weeks. A little suspension from card accumulation. It's good to have him back.
As Empire remains dangerous, as this ball hits off the edge of the boards and awkwardly bounces and gets deflected out. It's going to be a corner kick here for Empire. I remind you that MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. All the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more. It's MASLsoccer.com. And that goal has ignited the fan base here at Frontwave Arena. And here comes a shot! Goal! With a Ronaldo C celebration. That is a goal by number 17. We're going to see the replay here. Emmanuel Aguirre of a set piece, freezing Xavier Snare Williams.
Almost off of Stinson, actually.
Oh. Stinson with a half assist of getting out of the way. Not getting decapitated there, but look, a quick response by Empire, nullifying effectively Drew Ruggles' goal. We'll see how San Diego is able to bounce back with this effort, putting tall bodies up front. As you do see, once again, offsetting goalkeepers. X. A little bit of a cardiac play there. And now moving into transition, Walter Taylor Bond. Didn't have an outlet. De la Torre. Back to Antonio. Antonio De la Torre tries to find a wall scorer attempt inside the box. Palmer. Antonio De la Torre. Back to Palmer. Looking for that through ball. It's going to pin his teammate into the corner. Now Quintana. Ball almost leaving the field of play. That would have been a set piece play for Empire. And now the Sockers Need to find that offensive power that they had. No foul here. Gutierrez try to fight back for the ball. This is where Empire loves to live. Ball on foot, off the ball movement in their own half. They'll invite the pressure. Have to see Pee Wee checking in. And here comes a shot, finding Casi Cruce. Stinson. Stinson. Comes a shot. Goalkeeper, you don't typically see that, especially with the lead. Empty net. Here comes a chance. Sebastian Mendez. Losing the ball, not really gaining possession and having a chance to move forward with it. Cerda. Cerda puts his hands down, said, calmados, tranquilo, tranquilo, we got this. As Mendez looks to cut into the inside. Ruggles. Ruggles mistimed that ball. Now look out, Empire. Looking for a counterattacking effort. Great slide tackle by Drew Ruggles. He's been scoring so much, sometimes you forget how great of a defender he is.
Yeah, it's actually his strongest part of his game, but he's so good at scoring goals when he gets himself in the right spot.
Now Leo fighting with the ball, and this ball is going to travel out. It's going to get cleared out by Drew Ruggles. And actually, it was deflected by Empire. It's a ball for the Strykers. Restart quickly. Morales checking back in. This is certainly a game where you miss the presence of Tavoy Morgan. You usually can bully some defenders in that middle part of the field, and you have to have him in mind when defending. You don't really get that space and move up in this style, move the goalkeeper up, because you do have to worry about Tavoy at all times. He's on a suspension after a red card in Chihuahua.
Yeah, Tavoy can create mismatches. He can spin his defender. If he's finding the ball in the middle of the zone, he gets good opportunities to turn and just play it too quick before the goalkeeper can set up. It'll be nice to have him back tomorrow.
Absolutely. Keko Gontan. Keko Gontan working along the boards. No foul, losing the ball. And just a reminder that this is the first of back-to-back games. Next game is up in Ontario. Empire's not a real place. Ontario, the Toyota Arena, for the second half of this Historia. Final 3 games. The Strykers are 5 points away from clinching second place. Here comes a shot! Charlie Gonzalez asking for his hat trick as well. Now Empire trying to counterattack. This ball's going to travel into Xavier's hands. Snare Williams bowling it out to Cardenas. Cardenas looking downfield. He finds Capitan Craig Childs. Heading double team, still maintaining the ball. Getting crashed into by bodies. Referee says play on. And this ball is going to get toe poked out as that's going to be a talking to. Strykers try to, it's going to be delay a game on Empire. It's an encroachment warning. Chadley going to take care of the set piece. Chadley looking for the other side. Goal! Goal! El Capi de Capitanes, Craig Childs, getting the Strykers offense going. A great pass, looking for Cerda, heads it along the boards, and then Craig Childs, right place, right time. There's no way he's not going to take that on a silver platter. 2 away from 300 in the MASL.
It's nice to see a good bounce go our way.
That's the nature of indoor sometimes. They go your way, sometimes it's a 50-50 give and take, but you have to take the opportunities when presented them. We'll see if the Strykers build on this momentum or if Empire once again comes back as they have. They've been very well responding and taking it to the Strykers. They've been unable to regain the lead since losing it in the second quarter. Good track back there by Ben Raymond. Aguirre. That ball is going to be a dangerous foot. Juego peligroso.
That's it.
And then you
second
have
one.
Goalkeeper.
Same thing that happened with X.
Absolutely, that's going to go ahead and be a yellow card shown. With Brandon Gomez going to have to serve his time. And in comes a player, not necessarily that hasn't been involved in the game, but the goalkeeper typically goes into the sin bin. You have to worry about the goalkeeper warming up, being game ready, but not Empire. They offset quarter, so Brian Orozco now returning to the net.
Yeah, not a significant impact considering the goalkeeper split like they do.
We'll have the restart of play here.
Looking for Morales, run off with Sebastian.
And that's going to be defensive clearance and a set piece chance for the Strykers once again. Trying to flick it out with the back heel. Not necessarily working to their favor there, Brian Watson. And then you have number 21, Charlie Gonzalez. We'll see what Strykers have planned here. Charlie's asking for the distance. Make sure that it's being respected there. Here comes Charlie to Ruggles. Let's it pass. Good idea there for Morales, who regains the ball. Morales going on his bicycle on a toe poke. Here comes another shot by Drew Ruggles and a great save by Brian Orozco. As we're going to go ahead and have a timeout here. We're going to pick up this set piece from the San Diego Strykers. They'll get to think about it a little bit. Trying to tie this game up 5-4. Empire Strykers lead the San Diego Strykers in the third quarter. And as we prepare for a set piece here in a dangerous spot for the San Diego Sockers, so you have Craig. Here comes Drew Ruggles with the shot. Down low, regaining his own rebound. Over to the right side. Goal! ¿Quién más? Charlie Golazo, Charlie Gonzalez. Tying it up 5-5 with a hat trick following that set piece. Great effort there. Found the ball, found the space. Drew Ruggles almost getting at the end of that one. Well, you mentioned it. Once Charlie gets going, he gets going.
There it is, it's 3. Let's see if he can get a 4.
Now Pee Wee Ortega regaining the ball. So good to see Pee Wee back. But Empire Strykers have a good offense of their own. That's Justin Stinson. He has a hat trick of his own. Palmer. There's an empty net and a great tackle going to ground and maintaining possession. You can just feel the crowd just being that extra element, letting the players know, hey, you got an empty net. It's never as easy as it may seem from outside of the boards. You have Leo, Leonardo, Brasileiro. That's gonna be a foul. Common little foul on Kiko Gontan. Gontan. Quintana doing very well. And that's going to be a foul. No card, but Quintana was about to take off and cut off his wings mid-flight. Leo restarting. Gontan. Gio Oliveira. Quintana. It's a huge defensive presence. Keeper to keeper action. A little bit of passing there. Quintana finds the ball once again. Palmer tries to clear. Leo says, you know what? I like it better on the ground. Let's keep the ball on the ground. Let's restart it there. Morales utilizing those futsal skills to get out of a triple team. Cannot be understated how important those futsal skills are. Just having the ball control with the bottom of your foot. That's the difference from indoor to the outdoor game. It's really how much control you have. As here's a ball from Cardenas looking for Walter Taylor Bond. Ben Raymond trying to get the ball clear. Here comes the chance for Empire. Goal! Goal! Breaking the tie once again for Empire on top. Once again,
Diaz.
As you see it here, Ben Raymond trying to get back into position.
Again, another goal that was thrown from keeper to the other end and taken advantage of.
It almost seems when they go off script is when they find the most success.
It's crazy. They wouldn't draw it up that way, but it's working out for them.
And it is certainly an X factor that's brought success for Empire here, 6-5, with 4:45 left in the third quarter. They want more. Alami Munir. De la Torre. Aguirre. Ruggles with a great block of that pass. It goes back to Cardenas near Williams, clears it. As Mendez is being held, and no foul, says the referee. Play on. Morales being the first defender, getting pushed off, and instead there's an advantage.
Delayed blue.
And that is going to be a foul, and as you mentioned, Brian, that is going to be a blue card infraction, which means the Empire will have a power play scenario. And if they already play with the keeper up, this essentially virtually means a super power play for the Empire.
Yeah, 6v4. I'm sure that he's going to try to find his spot to take some shots. Still, I think the impact of not having Marco here tonight is still impacting them. He would be sitting right here taking shots, and he can finish.
Yeah, both Stinson and Marco Fabian have been fostering a partnership, and it's been very beneficial here. Stinson, once again, has been very potent tonight, looking for another goal, another opportunity to influence the game for his team. Palmer finds it now. Empire in the corner. So you see the defensive shape for the Strykers, that diamond opening and transforming. Gutierrez doing very well. Pee-wee trying to get the ball. And here comes a shot, a good block. And now a chance for a shorthanded attempt. Pee-wee goes to ground. And it's going to be a foul and a yellow card. Some extracurriculars there, just trying to time waste, trying to get rid of the ball, making sure that the Strykers aren't able to work quickly. And that's going to be number 9, Leonardo Espinosa. Just a focal front man when it comes to a power play. Not necessarily the best person to go into the box at this moment. Ruggles to Morales. Morales trying to power through, but he's the one committing the foul. So far, Strykers doing very well, being patient with the play. Empire also doesn't seem to be in a hurry to take advantage of the power play. As they now enter with a 6th attacker for the last part of this power play. Now a true 6th attacker. A little bit of tiki-taka. Palmer has Stinson to his left, finds him. Stinson back to Palmer. And a good anticipation there by Gutierrez. And now Ruggles, who clears it out. And Cardenas comes on back, full strength, both teams. And Cardenas almost gets the ball back immediately in front of goal. And here he is as the point man. Cardenas cuts in with his right, going in between two players. And that's going to be a foul, earning a free kick. And that's what you want to see from somebody who comes out of the box, is dangerous, and earns a set piece for your team.
Yeah, that was a good power play kill. Way to take 2 minutes off the board, but not give it up.
Strykers are still trailing, now losing possession, and it's a 3v2. And a great track back there. Morales getting it done on both ends. Charlie Gonzalez. Leo, between two defenders, mirrors it. Outside the foot pass, here comes a shot, and was off balance. Chadley Looked like it was a chance for Gontan to actually get on the edge of that. Some yapping back and forth between goalkeeper and Gontan as well. Gontan. Childs utilized the wall to back to Cárdenas. Charlie Gonzalez. Guerra defending Gonzalez very well. And here comes a shot that goes up and out into the crowd. We would like to remind you that Capelli Sports is the official and exclusive preferred uniform of apparel provider of the Major Arena Soccer League. All new MASL fan store will be launching soon. That is Capelli Sports. And we talked about Charlie Gonzalez and his performance here. He was one of the players that weren't able to travel down to Chihuahua in that 12-2 loss that they suffered in Mexico. And that is the end of the third quarter. Another quarter that Sockers are trailing 6-5. Empire Strikers 6, San Diego 5. They have 15 minutes to come back, give this crowd a happy sending off. We'll be back after this.
Across the nation, MASL players are giving back, utilizing their professional power to touch and inspire people in their local communities nationwide. Free soccer clinics, where kids can meet their heroes and learn new skills. After-school programs and special events. And surprise visits to the classroom. Visiting brave kids in the hospital, bringing joy and hope. Supporting special needs care, partnering with local businesses, and so much more. MASL, passion on the field, purpose off the field, committed to community.
Welcome back here to Frontwave Arena. The San Diego Sockers are trailing 5-6 to the Empire Strikers. And we were just talking about Charlie Gonzalez and his performance today, but Charlie was one of the players that was unable to travel down to Chihuahua in what proved to be a savage difference, home and road. Home versus Chihuahua, the San Diego Sockers are 2-0 with an aggregate score of 11-6 in favor of San Diego. Away, though, different story in Corner Sport Arena. Chihuahua is 0-2 with an aggregate score of 20-7 in favor of Chihuahua. The Ron Newman Cup final format is the best of 3 with 3 full matches. No more mini game. One does not merely win or play in Corner Sport Arena, they simply survive it.
Well said.
And we'll go ahead and, as we're on the topic, the Ron Newman Cup playoffs are coming to Frontwave Arena. The top 8 teams, single elimination through the semis. That's April 4th. That's first place versus 8th, second place versus 7th. April 5th, third place versus 4th, and third place versus 6th, and 4 versus 5. The winners will meet April 6th. Tickets available on frontwavearena.com. Apúrense. join us here in sunny San Diego. Beautiful Frontwave Arena. Hey, you might see some of the opposing teams scouting, watching the games in the crowd as well. So some of your favorite teams here. With Brian Farber, the great San Diego soccer himself.
I think the tournament's going to be pretty fun, actually, having everybody in town, new format, top 8 facing off against each other, road to the finals.
As the fourth quarter rolls on, Empire will begin with the ball. And as we see it typically, Orozco back in net. Excuse me, Brandon Gomez, that's numero 0. Who is going to go to his designated spot all the way across field. And this is going to be called a foul. And you can see the displeasure of Leo, who's asking for the advantage. Brian, you saw that too.
I have no idea why they would call that. Leo's going forward, and he's got an open goal. But I'm not on the field, so I guess.
So you have a strong collision here. It's Quentin Swift. Seems to be getting a knock to the head. It's part of the physicality here in the MASL. Now, talk about physicality, right? Now, we'll see in the replay here. Just a ball to the noggin. Sana colita de rana. I want to remind you to get the latest news on MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram, MASL Arena on X. Drew Ruggles trying to find a corner. Finds Capi de Capis. Excuse me, that's Morales. Back to Ruggles, tries to control it with the bottom of his foot. Leonardo Gioliveira. Soccer's trying to tie the game up once again. Coming from behind. Here comes a shot that gets deflected. Sebastián Morales looking dangerous there as he goes over to his right foot. Typically, he likes to go ahead and cut to his left. That's what he does. Finds Leonardo. Leonardo Gioliveira with a shot. Also gets deflected. Looked like he had a good trajectory to a corner there. And Soccer gets to reset with Cerda. Cerda looking for Ruggles in the corner. Trying to win possession back in the final third. And yes, that's what you're going to see is Empire just finding the space, whether it's forward or backward. They're just trying to find the space. And that's going to be a ball that travels into the crowd. It's going to be Empire's ball. You can catch MASL Mondays every Monday night on MASL TV, on YouTube, and the CBS Sports Golazo Network. Alex Pastavansky and Phil Levanco are joined each week by special guests from across the league to recap this weekend's games and discuss the league's hot topics. Some pressure right there as you see Ruggles still up front asking for the ball. Going through the motions, X looking for Walter Taylor Bond, big target man up front. Chatterley. Gonzalez. Cardenas.
We saw big chunks of possession offensively for the Sockers in the second quarter going this direction. Maybe the short-sided boards is something that they just feel more comfortable with because they're doing it a little bit right now. It'd be ideal to get a good, comfortable shot off.
That's see, and Chatterley fancies himself. Gonzalez there, getting a little bit under the ball. Too much for an accurate shot. It's been a back and forth matchup here for Empire and San Diego. These teams do travel and play tomorrow in Ontario. Every single point is important. 1 point for Empire is they clinch a playoff berth, guaranteed playoff. So that means this ends in a tie in regulation. They are there. And this is going to be a foul called on Cesar Cerda. Currently you have the Strykers out shooting the Strykers 18 shots to 16. It's that second quarter with 4 goals by Strykers that's proving to be the difference so far. Good play here. Espinosa. Espinosa. Espinosa gets fouled by Quintana. Referee very close to that action and deciding no ball was touched.
I mean, I think I saw a touch from here, but I'm trying to not be a homer, so I'm not sure.
And I mean, by that logic, it was in a very dangerous position. So not trying to tack it on, but if it was a foul, someone may argue you need a little bit more than just a common foul. But so far, it's going to be a chance here. And a shot and a goal. Goal. The Empire Strykers strike with Brandon Gomez on a set piece. And for the majority of the game, most of the time that we see the goalkeeper going into that space, it's just a distraction. He's never going to get the ball, but not this time. You leave a professional on that place with so much time, he's going to eventually find it on target. That's exactly what happened there.
Yeah, the set piece, though, is what really cost us. Question is, was it touched? Could it have been challenged? Should it have been challenged? Do you waste a challenge on a regular tackle?
If you disagree with anything that you saw here tonight on the field, you can catch it on Under Review. As another foul here, this time in favor of the San Diego Strykers. Here's a chance, Morales, Luisito Morales. The dueling slide tackles, and then that's going to be called a foul.
Wait, blue card.
And it seems like, yeah, it's going to go ahead and be charged.
For what?
As a blue card referee.
Blue number 51, stopping a promising tackle.
And this is going to be a blue card on Palmer. And this is going to be the first power play for the San Diego Strykers of the night, and a golden opportunity to cut this lead down to 1 goal. It's 11:21 left in the fourth quarter.
I didn't see much on the foul on Palmer. That was hard to tell from here. It looked like he was in a good position, made a good slide tackle, a good defensive recovery.
And no challenges for Onua Obasi. He used this challenge in the first half unsuccessfully. As the Strykers try to play it quickly, heads up ball. Gontan. Morales. Morales back to the corner. Here comes the shot, and Gonzalez. Would have been an on-target shot. Chadley looking for a 4th goal here. Passing it over to the side. Here comes the chance. Goal! Goal! Oye, tío, qué gol has hecho. Qué Gontan. Another chance there for the Strykers, now in a power play situation, taking advantage of the opportunity. Strykers are 1 down. 7-6 Empire still up by 1, but there is 10:43 left in this matchup. And that could have been an opportunity to challenge that as well if you were Strykers, if you had it, but either way, if you still to this day disagree with any sort of call that you see here, has a chance here. 3 Strykers on defense, and an opportunity. Good track by Xavier Snare Williams. Back to Palmer. Checks back in. You can see one of those calls on Under Review with Phil Levanco and MASL head coach referee Ryan Sigich. Catch it every Friday on YouTube. And this ball exits the field of play. Restart in Xavier Snare Williams' hands. And it's good to see X getting his experience in meaningful games. Wish Boris Pardo a speedy recovery. Soccer's team is just making it there. Oh, so close, finding Morales off of that header. Fantastic idea. Sox need to find a goal back. Here comes Cárdenas. Cárdenas poking it over to Walter Taylor Bond, who's unable to control it. And that's going to be a foul against Cárdenas, in favor of Cárdenas here. San Diego once again on the ball, resetting. And even though the Sockers have already clinched playoffs, you still need to get this sort of games under your belt.
Yeah, there's no worse feeling than limping into the playoffs, finishing the season poorly. Right now, it's all about getting your team healthy. We got guys missing. Gabriel Costa, huge player. Tavoy is just suspended, so that'll be nice to have him back. But having your team healthy, having Boris back and healthy, those are important to get checked off in the next 3 games or a couple weeks before the final 8, I guess. You need to go in feeling confident in your squad and everybody ready and available.
So Shanley looking for a through ball here. There's Leo, and here's a chance, and Xavier with a double pawn save. Making sure to protect his near post. And now it's going to be a foul called on Cesar Cerda. Just playing as that defensive captain, that marker in the defense, number 29, who once you get him going, it's hard to pass such an expert player like Cesar Cerda. Comes Aguirre. That's going to be charged as a foul. And the Sockers need to be careful to not lean into these silly fouls that can accumulate and potentially put you on track to go in another power play situation. This ball goes into the hands of Xavier Snare Williams, pouncing on it, and starting off, looking for Charlie. And here's an opportunity, a mistake! San Diego Sockers tying it up. Pouncing on a mistake. And that's what you want to see as they have tied it back up, 8:26 left.
Not exactly how you drew that one up either. So opportunistic goal for Mendez, way to be there, clean it up. He roofed it. Tie game.
Sebastian Mendez. Look, it might have been a mistake, might have been a gift, but you still have to do the hardest thing, which is get the ball into the net. So still doesn't take any merit off of that effort. The Sockers are tied it up 7-6. 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. This ball travels out. It's going to be a San Diego Soccer ball as they're going to try to build on this momentum. Quickly, Leonardo, Quintana. Quintana. See Leo dancing around. You love to see that flair, but he also brings that passion. Gio Oliveira. Cárdenas looking for the diagonal run by Gutierrez. And that's going to be Leonardo getting pushed from the back, and Leonardo's going to go ahead and get riled up as well.
Double blue.
That's going to be dos tarjetas azules. I'll have to clean this up a bit, but you saw both players going back and forth in the play before. It's been an intense matchup. That's Cardenas going to go into the sin bin for 2 minutes. Double blue card situation as you did see Cardenas come in after to defend Leo after he was pushed from the back on the blind spot.
I don't think Mitchell typically does that either, but you know, I think that there's been the same dude involved in a few plays that have kind of built up to that.
And we're going to go ahead and go into a timeout here on the floor as we see the replay here. Leo getting shoved from the back, and again, Cardenas just coming on back. We'll be back. An exciting fourth quarter here. Tie game, 7-7, 7-7, San Diego and Empire.
With the call.
And welcome back to Frontwave Arena, where you're seeing passion and you're seeing the output of a long season that's going to come to its conclusion here at Frontwave Arena. Playoff tickets are available. Join 8 of our teams in sunny San Diego as they square off in the MASL Ron Newman Cup playoffs, April 4th through 7th, that is. Visit frontwavearena.com to reserve your seat today. Ron Newman Cup playoff.
What was he doing?
And it seems like there was some sort of extracurricular activities within the box involving player and fan, and that's something that you just don't want to see when, you know, we love our fan base, we love how passionate the crowd can be here, a great crowd here tonight, Hispanic Heritage Night. But you never want to see the fans necessarily get involved or be part of the show. It's on the floor where it matters. The yellow card was shown here.
To the fans?
It's all good. 5 minutes. Fans don't have to say anything for 5 minutes. We'll get the official on mic in a bit, hopefully to clear some things up. But
how many cards is that?
I think it's 3 in the last 3 minutes.
Awesome.
And yeah, tempers flare sometimes. These two teams are playoff bound. And they might meet once again here at Frontwave Arena. And again, you get the emotion of this game, and it's not necessarily life or death. It's still a game, but at the end of the day, it's what matters the most in a moment to a player and a teammates who are fighting tooth and nail as Empire is looking to get somebody into the box for that yellow card that is going to be for the altercation between fans and players. And hopefully we get to restart. As a reminder, there are 2 blue cards. That's why you see a player missing for each team. More spaces, more opportunity. We'll see if this benefits either team. Has Charlie Gonzalez on the ball. Luis Morales. Morales on his bicycle. Trying to cut back with the left with the shot. Parallel to the line. It looks like Strykers are going to be on the offensive side of things with the more space that's created with 2 elements, 1 from each side. Not on the field. Here comes Leonardo. Leonardo, so close. Outside of the post on the left side after that shot. Gio Oliveira. Seems like he has something to prove in this matchup as well. Being aggressive with his play as Gutierrez. Guti opens up into the right foot. Shot that gets blocked. Now Drew Ruggles. Drew Ruggles defending. A little bit of a shove there.
It's a bit of an advantage here.
There is, especially with the goalkeeper for Empire moving up. Essentially, it's a power play.
More space.
Now Empire. Showcase some offense of their own. Polo. Hernandez. Hernandez feinting. Finds Palmer in the back. A point here is much more beneficial for Empire than it is the Strykers. Empire Strykers want the victory. Full strength for both teams. Cardenas is out, as well as Walter Diaz. Here comes a shot into the hands of Xavier Snare Williams. Tracking that ball, reading it, the trajectory very well. Not taking any risk in trying to handle it, just saying, get it out of here. Palmer. Looking downfield. This ball's going to be a restart. It's going to be Empire with the set piece. Palmer going to try to restart quickly. Inexperienced. Cardenas just steps in front of it, says, hey, let's calm it down. Give me my distance. Give me my space. Count it up. Empire working it through. Now it's Ryan Orozco in net, not the goal-scoring goalkeeper from earlier in the quarter. Seems like that shared time is not necessarily quarter-based, it's just shared time.
Childs.
Now, Snare Williams. That long throw now resetting to Leo and Mendez. Sebas Gio Oliveira. El Brasileiro hands it over. Here you go to Ruggles finding in the back tiles with the rebound and the shot. And it finds Orozco waiting. And he throws it up. Cerda. Childs, the no look, just knowing that there's somebody that has to be there. That's going to be a foul charge against Childs.
That was a tactical foul so he could get off the field. I'll talk to you about that one later.
That's the experience, as now Strykers have dispossession. Charlie Gonzalez gets it done once again.
That's 4 goals. I think I called that in the first quarter.
Farberdamus absolutely on point with that one. That is Charlie Gonzalez's 4th goal, and it's going to go ahead and put Empire Strykers in an awkward position. That's going to have them bring a 6th attacker now. 8-7 with 3:41 left in the 4th quarter. The San Diego Sockers regain the lead. It's an exciting match.
Yeah, now they need to hang on to the ball when they get it. You got your best defensive lineup on the field. Pee Wee on the top, going house. And you got 3.5 minutes. It's no, you can't expect these guys to make it to the whole 3.5 minutes, but you have your best guys on right now.
They're looking for their championship defense to start materializing, and that's exactly who's out there for the San Diego Sockers. It's a 6th attacker with Palmer wearing the orange. Now a true outfield player in that location. Palmer finding.
You got Ruggles on the bench who can easily come on and fill for one of the back roles. You got Gotan in the midfield who could come on for one of the top 3. Maybe Taylor for some running.
Here comes Morales trying to find that ball once again. Good dispossession. Great ball there by Leonardo. Here comes Morales, Luisito Morales, trying to take on his last defender, unable to do so. And Cerda fighting, putting his body on the line. The Sockers, Leo, hands it over Morales. Luisito Morales, ¿qué has hecho? San Diego 9, Empire Strykers 7.
What a finish. A great ball from Leo. Set him up perfectly, one-time finish, and he did the rest.
Is San Diego Sockers able to respond to the question, can you answer when the going gets tough? And it was tough this entire matchup. But again, with the 2-goal advantage, with 2:45 left, it is still anybody's game, especially here in the indoor game.
A true 6th attacker on the field now with Palmer. It's a little bit different. Now they're getting a little bit more desperate.
Luisito Morales. Saludos, Luisito. Con felicidades. And here comes a chance. Open net. Nobody there. And a chance here, then a header. Close by Gutierrez. Strykers have completely abandoned any notion of defense in net, and here comes a chance for the Sockers. Goal!
Little chip.
Los Sockers de San Diego.
Pee Wee with the chip. The interesting thing is Palmer didn't really even work to get back right there. Now they're going back to keeper. Palmer is no longer 6th attacker. I'm not sure really what happened there.
Ahora sí. I think this is the chip, pero oof. Let me tell you, I love seeing Pee Wee getting on the end of that.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, as we talked about, building up into the playoffs, it's good to have Morales back. Charlie, 4 goals tonight. Pee Wee getting on the score sheet. Drew getting on the score sheet. Sometimes these are the games that you need prior to the playoffs, just so everybody feels a little bit more confident.
These two teams do match up tomorrow in Ontario. And here's a chance. Empire still fighting with 1:30 left in this quarter, in this game. As Xavier does very well, putting his body in the middle of it. Here comes Ortega, the author of the last goal.
Back to their 5. 1:08 left.
You see Cesar Cerda watching, taking care, pointing his line. He said, mándame un saludo a mi mami, Rosy Herrera. Saludos a la mamá de Cesar Cerda. And the crowd is standing on their feet, knowing that their San Diego Strykers are 40 seconds away from a victory. But I know they don't want another goal right now. And here's a chance. They want to go in favor. This ball's going to travel all the way down. It's going to bounce so close. Agonizingly close. 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The Strykers are going to win this one, everybody. Los Strykers de San Diego van a ganar contra los Empire Strykers on Hispanic Heritage Night. Saludos a todos nuestros amigos que nos están viendo en both idiomas, en Spanglish, English, lo que sea. You're going to see this team try to carry this momentum into their final games. A team victory for the Strykers tonight as the game ends. San Diego Strykers 10, Empire Strykers 7. Final scoreline here from Frontwave Arena. A match that seemed very difficult in a large part thanks to the offensive power of Justin Stinson. Brian, you just saw San Diego Strykers come back not once, not twice, but 3 times in the same game.
Yeah, that shows the fight. That shows the urgency. They're trying to protect the home field advantage. If they get it, you know, you still don't want to lose in San Diego. They haven't lost in Frontwave yet. It's very important to this team, always has been. And no matter who's in the lineup and who you're missing, the next guy is going to try to do his best to step up. But it was great to see some of the guys on the score sheet tonight, and congrats on a big win.
And a big win indeed, as the San Diego Strykers go double digits, something that they haven't really done a lot this season. Allowing 7, but being able to still fight through. And as you mentioned, it's the resiliency that has to be built. Championship teams need to edge out these victories, need to go past and push through difficult matchups. And once again, Empire, credit to what they're able to do is still make games uncomfortable for everybody and make it competitive. But once again, the Strykers remain undefeated here at Frontwave Arena. We're gonna go ahead and take it down to Melissa May, who has Charlie Gonzalez.
Make sure you check that out. .com/Strykers.
Charlie, you were so consistent tonight. You had a goal in every quarter, and an assist in the fourth just to top it off. What does it mean to you to be able to contribute to this win tonight?
It means a lot, you know, especially obviously coming towards the end of the season into playoffs. We got to come in with the right mentality and the right intensity, you know.
There was almost this momentum shift in the middle of the third quarter. The Strykers went on to score 3 goals in the third and 5 goals in the fourth. What changed?
It's just a halftime talk that we have. You know, you're down 2 goals, and you know you got to pick up the intensity. You know, win your individual battles, and you know, and just come up big as a group.
And we're still undefeated at home. What does that mean to you? You gave a heart to the fans as well. What do they mean to you?
Yeah, it means a lot. You know, we thank you guys for always supporting us, coming out. You know, you guys are the best. You know, we got one more home game and then playoffs. We're going to need everyone.
And what are you taking from tonight's game into tomorrow's game again against the Empire Strykers?
Just the same thing. You know, we got to start off strong. We can't go down. Obviously, we got to start off strong and just same mentality.
Congratulations, Charlie. Thank you.
Thank you, Melissa, and thank you, Charlie Gonzalez, the author of 4 goals. And we'll be right back to look at some of these goals that he scored along with the San Diego Sockers to make it 10-7 here in Frontwave Arena. We'll be right back with highlights.
Indoor soccer fans, it's time to unleash a giant leap for fandom. Introducing MASL Indoor Soccer Fantasy Football. Build your dream team, invite your friends, and create your own draft league, all for free. Draft and trade players and win bragging rights as your team dominates the league. With MASLI Football, you're not just a fan, you're part of the action. Go to MASLI Football to sign up, get started, and play.
And we welcome everybody back to the post-match. We're going to go ahead and look at some fourth quarter highlights. Because let me tell you, Brian, this was an emotional and exciting fourth quarter, starting with goalkeeper scoring a goal. I'm not a fan of goalkeeper scoring goals, but you know what? As a fan of soccer, it just happens at this point, and it looked like it was going to get difficult for the Sockers, but they were able to come back. Keko Gontan in prime position, setting himself up just to tap it in. And then you have Mendez. Mendez takes advantage of that mistake and error in defense. It's harder than it seems. Just find yourself with the ball, just turn and shoot, and putting it in a fantastic spot. But the Sockers weren't done yet. This possession in the final third, once again, moving forward and taking advantage of those opportunities and windows that they had. And then this, Luisito Morales, just a laser cannon shot. Nothing for any goalkeeper to do in that situation. And then finally, a little bit of a chip, una papita, fantastic. Just ending it there con broche de oro, as we say in Spanish.
What a game. What a fourth quarter.
That is a fantastic, fantastic effort by the San Diego Sockers. We're going to go ahead and be back here at Frontwave Arena for our next broadcast. And that is going to be against the Tacoma Stars, Sunday, March 30th at 6:05 p.m. That's going to be on the CBS Sports Golazo Network. It's the CBS Sports Golazo Network, Sockers and Tacoma Stars. Want to go ahead and thank everybody on the Emota crew that we have in the back, providing with fantastic, fantastic coverage. Producers Chris Karcher, Terry Parrish, broadcast producer Sean Pettit, technical director Dan Patton, AV Tech James Allen, director of photography Andy Cooper, Air One camera operator Luis Cooper, camera operator Chris Patterson, audio engineers Matthew Sparrow, Kevin Johnson, replay operator Kelly Hyatt, graphics operator Larry Patton, utilities Gabe Pan, and Andrew Karcher. Brian, thank you for coming in, saving the day. We saw the San Diego Sockers get a fantastic victory here. Any final thoughts?
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm glad I could jump in and fill in some absent boots for the night. It's not my thing normally, but I did my best. So thanks for carrying it along.
No, absolutely. A pleasure to have you here. Saludos to Craig Elston over doing PA for San Diego Wave. Soccer is alive in San Diego. And from Frontwave Arena, my name is Tony Sanchez alongside Brian Farber. Thank you for joining us tonight, and good night.
Across the nation, MASL players are giving back, utilizing their professional power to touch and inspire people in their local communities nationwide. Free soccer clinics, where kids can meet their heroes and learn new skills. After-school programs and special events. And surprise visits to the classroom. Visiting brave kids in the hospital, bringing joy and hope. Supporting special needs care, partnering with local businesses, and so much more. MASL, passion on the field, purpose off the field, committed to community.